My name is Johnny Morales, and I'm the co-founder of I Am Revealed. I believe that part of discovering who you are is found in friendship. And this story is about how I Am Revealed began, and it starts with the friendship Daniel and I had. Daniel and I were childhood best friends. We lived right across the street from each other. When we were 8 years old, we met, and over the years, we just really grew to be like brothers. And there was one thing that was always clear to us, that it was important to find out who we are and what we are living for. Dude, this park has extremely significant memories to encountering God. I remember very vividly that there was this one night where Daniel and we grabbed our longboards, went to the gas station, got a 99-cent Arizona iced tea, and we just went to this park. And we decided that we would ask God, what are we supposed to do with our life? Like, what are we supposed to do? This was one of the most powerful nights that we have ever felt at that time of our lives. Here's what happened. We prayed and asked God, what are we supposed to do with our lives? And immediately we just started getting all of these creative business ideas. And we just started going back and forth. Like, I would say something and Daniel would finish my sentence and say something or add on to it. And then I would say something. And it was just this perfect moment of collaborating together with God. After all these different ideas that we had at the park, we ended up settling on this one main idea, and it was to inspire others. And that sounded cheesy, but we also were thinking about building an actual building called Inspire, and people all around the world would visit it. And that was kind of where we left off. We wrote that in our journals at that time. But here's what's crazy. 2 weeks later, I'm in the car with my dad, about to meet one of my dad's old friends from years ago. And I'm asking my dad, what is he doing today? What is he working on? And my dad's like, well, why don't you grab the folder under the car seat? And I grab it, and in big letters, it says Inspire. And that was the start of Daniel and I even working with this guy with his social media for his company. I mean, it was just too ironic. And from that point, Daniel and I had the faith, knowing that God is real and God is working something out in our lives. Fast forward, after our journey with Inspire, Daniel and I were starting to brainstorm other business ideas that we could come up with. And it was 2019 at this time. Daniel was now living across the country with his family, but Daniel and I were still on the phone trying to come up with something new to pursue. And nothing had felt right because nothing had felt like that night at the park. However, we did have this one business idea, and it was to design clothes and collaborate with other people. But the question was, who would we collaborate with? And that's when I met Beth Little. When I first saw Beth's art, I felt something special. And I knew right away that this is what Daniel and I were missing.
My name is Beth Little, and I'm a portrait and collage artist. When I paint, I like to kind of be by myself. It's a quiet time for me. It's a time for me to be with myself and really with God and with the Lord, and just go for it. People inspire me the most. What inspires me about doing people is that everyone is different, everyone is unique, everyone has gone through different experiences in their lifetime. I like to do abstract and a little bit of impressionism as far as landscaping and stuff, but I always go back to portraits and people.
So here's how I met Beth. I was invited by a close friend of mine to go to this birthday party of people I don't even know, and I heard there was food there. So I said, sure, let's go to the birthday party and eat some food. That birthday party was for Beth's husband. And when we were there, I was looking around that house and I was like, wow, look at this incredible art. Who's the artist?
He noticed I had some art up on my walls downstairs, and he started asking me all about him, so I was getting all excited.
And Beth was like, hey, why don't you come check out my studio upstairs? And I remember as I was walking up the stairs with Beth, I just see this one painting and it stood out to me. And it just hit me like she knows how to capture the personality and emotion of an individual. This is exactly what Daniel and I were missing. After that night of meeting Beth, I sent photos of her art to Daniel, and we ended up talking on the phone, and we realized this is who we want to collaborate with to design clothes.
So we began meeting together, getting together, and talking about different things. And that night was a very exciting night for both of us. And that's really when Johnny and I started becoming very close friends.
We were so serious about this idea that Daniel wanted to plan a trip to come to Vegas, and not only would we have fun and hang out, but we would meet with Beth in person, she would meet Daniel, and we would see if there's really something special there that we wanted to keep pursuing. And that's exactly what we did.
The first time I met Daniel was when Johnny, Daniel, my husband and myself went to a cafe, and we began to discuss I Am Revealed and about us working together. Well, one of the reasons why I decided to work with Johnny and Daniel was my struggle with giving up art and giving up painting, and I knew that it was going to push me into and taking a risk because I wasn't used to painting on material. And I really liked Johnny and I really liked Daniel, and I wanted to help them out in any way that I could.
And that was when we decided that we would all work together to put her artwork on clothes. During this process of collaborating with Beth, Daniel and I started to realize that what we really wanted to do was build a brand, something that has a message. But with that, you need a name. So the next question is what would be our brand name? One night, I was at a coffee shop, and I just remember closing my eyes and asking God, what is our brand name supposed to be? And immediately, I started to visualize a young man with a denim jacket with paint all over it, and on his right shoulder, it said, I am. And right there, it clicked that what we're doing is building a brand that's about identity. It's about discovering who you are, just like how Daniel and I were doing at that time. I Am Revealed also made the most sense to us, especially with Beth's art being portraits of people and capturing their emotions and individuality. At this point, this brand felt complete.
I Am Reveal is about friendship, it's about people, it's about caring about who God is and how we can also reveal God. I really like that concept. It is part of who I am.
Daniel and I were so serious about I Am Revealed that he was willing to move here to Vegas and we would launch this brand together. But that's not what ended up happening. I just remember Daniel's stepdad calling me out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, that's kind of odd. I don't really talk to him on the phone. And he told me that Daniel was in the hospital and he was diagnosed with cancer. But there was hope.
Okay, you're on.
Am I on?
You're on.
Hey guys. I'm sorry. I'm tired. It kind of just hit me. I just ate, but I'm okay. Today's my first day of chemo, and yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. Love you guys. Got me hooked up to all these bad boys still. Still got my hair. I was only able to, when I first came in, I was only able to reach this 2,500, 500 mark. And today I reached 3,000. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. You still have your hair, but don't worry, we're both going to take our hair off at one time, right? So don't worry about it. Maybe we'll get Grandma to shave her head off.
That'd be funny.
You think Grandma would do it? We're coming for you, Grandma. Grandma said she would shave her head for you.
Alright, well, Grandma, you know what that means. You gotta shave your head. I'm just kidding, you really don't have to do that. No. I appreciate you guys' support, though. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Bye, guys.
Daniel went through chemo and he ended his treatment with the surgical removal of his tumors. And he was declared cancer-free. And at that point, I remember being on the phone with Daniel and telling him, it's just a matter of time. You just need to recover and you'll finally move out here to Vegas. It wasn't even a month later when he called me and he just told me the cancer came back and spread throughout his whole body. At that point, I knew I needed to see him.
Los Angeles and Philadelphia based.
Me and another childhood friend of ours immediately booked a trip and surprised Daniel.
Look who's behind me.
Daniel.
Oh my God, come here, guys. It's good. It's good. Come here, buddy.
Yeah, Daniel. We're here, bro. For you. The day after we arrived at the hospital, the doctors asked to speak to Daniel privately, and that's when he found out that there was nothing else that could be done. Daniel wanted to move into hospice care. He wanted to be home.
Three, two, one. All right, step. 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 Welcome home, buddy. We did everything. We made his room down here.
I love it.
We made his room down here and everything.
There was one night in hospice where we just stayed up until 4 a.m. talking about I Am Revealed, talking about different materials we could use and different concepts, different stories to tell, all centered around identity. It didn't matter what the situation was in that moment. I think what mattered was the fact that we were still dreaming together. Before Daniel passed away, I wrote something that he really liked. I wrote, Remember to acknowledge and appreciate the people you meet. It is in those moments of bonding that you find a special joy that is more powerful than what we can conjure alone. Friendship. That is part of what gives us purpose. The friends we make and the friend we become. Daniel loved that. I Am Revealed is about discovering who you are. And part of discovering who you are is found in friendship. But even with this dream that we had, we realized that we weren't just building a business or a creative idea. What we were building this whole time was friendship, which is more important than anything else.
Everybody ready? Okay. You can go ahead and let it slide between your fingers. Once it touches the water, just let it go. It's attached by that trip line.
Oh, lucky Daniel. Lucky.
And we're going straight to the beach. Hey, man. Pushed out and then jolted forward.
Let me get my camera. Here we go.
All right, bro. Let's do some talking. Now, before I share with you what I'm about to share with you, I need to ask you seriously, how committed are you to making a business with me?
Dude. How committed am I, like, building a business together? Me and you?
Of course, yes.
I mean, that's exactly why I'm doing this whole thing. It's because I know that we're supposed to be building something together. Do I know exactly what it is? No. So yes, extremely committed.
Okay.
All right,
Let's get down to it.
let's do it.